It's all over.
What's up, my Vault Dwellers? It is me, Rob again, and welcome back to another Perk Chart analysis video. So this morning, Bethesda released the Agility, like we expected, video talking about, what Agility is going to do and showcasing some of the perks. So let's try to decipher what the actual skill, not skill, what the actual special is going to directly affect on the game. To begin with, the video actually starts in a very interesting way. We don't really get to see an ability directly. The narrator starts talking about how, because due to the fallout and radiation, people will start turning into, feral ghouls and all that stuff. And it's actually very interesting because it doesn't really, help us, we knew that people turn into ghouls. But what I'm thinking is that they're trying to hint at something here. Now, I guess this is just me speculating, so please do not take anything seriously. I'm thinking that this might hint to someone we know from the pre-world turning into a ghoul, and we encountering them as feral ghouls and all that stuff. Again, this is just me going far out, because it seemed very strange that they explained to us how radiation would turn someone into a ghoul. But either way, moving on, that leads on to saying that you might encounter feral ghouls in your journey, or enemies, that'll attack you. And it moves on to talking about what I like to call the ability sides of these special videos. So we start talking about how you can acquire multiple targets on VATS, and you can pick your shots better, I guess, in a way of saying it. Now, this doesn't really tell us anything until we get to the perk side of things, because there's actually a perk that is directly connected to this. So it shows the Vault Boy not being able to acquire the proper targets in the amount of time he has the first time, but trying it again, it allows him to actually acquire better targets, and therefore defeating his enemy. Afterwards, it shows the Vault Boy running through some mines, what I would like to call a minefield, and of course, him not exploding anything, him not activating any of the mines while it's shooting, and afterwards it shows him dodging bullets. Now this all relates, well, not all of it, but the dodging bullets directly relates to another perk, but it shows them running across a minefield and not setting them off. Now, there's not exactly a perk that says you can run through mines. I'm assuming just the higher chance of you having a better agility might increase. It's more like a passive bonus. Let's for say maybe the higher agility you have, the more mines, or I guess the less % chance of you running through mines may think. But that sounds very unlikely, and I'm assuming that's going to be tied into another perk, maybe like a sneaking perk. And then afterwards, it directly starts talking absolutely and only about sneaking and stealth, and it shows how you can use stealth to your advantage to actually take out enemies and actually make it more of a possible or better result solution for any sort of attack. So it shows the Vault Boy putting on a ninja suit, turning off the lights, and going and killing every single feral ghoul in the room. But afterwards, actually something very interesting happens. The narrator talks about how other enemies might have the same idea, and it shows mole rats turning off the light and of course killing the Vault Boy. So this is really cool because enemies might sneak up on you. So I don't know if it directly says enemies can turn off the lights and can attack you, but I'm assuming it's trying to say that enemies can also sneak, and they can also think for themselves and say, okay, maybe I can sneak up on this guy. So it is very interesting, and I don't know if we've seen this in previous volumes. I don't know if we've seen people sneaking up on us. We probably have. I don't really recall any situation, but now that they have that, it makes stealth even more of an important, and I guess kind of like looking around before you make an attack to make sure that no one's going to sneak up on you. Another interesting factor that might lead you to dying in a stealth fight, or actually succeeding in killing everyone around you. Alright, now moving on to the perk side of the video. The 3 perks that the video showcase are the Mr. Sandman perk, what I'm calling the Rapid Reload perk, and the Multiple Targets perk. And we're going to be talking about those at the end, or I guess right now while we move on to the perks. So level 1 perk, thanks to the perk chart that they released a couple weeks ago, we know that the first perk is Gunslinger. And what we're probably going to assume it does is going to be directly related to the Commando perk that we actually have information on. Now the Commando perk is level 2, and that is 20% increased accuracy with automatic weaponry. Now we can safely assume that the Gunslinger is going to increase 20% accuracy on maybe one-handed weapons. Again, the Commando used to call, it's for rifles and all that kind of stuff, rifles, shotguns, I'm not sure about sniper rifles. There might be another perk directly related to that, but those type of weapons. And then Gunslinger is going to be, just pistols and just, one-handed weaponry. So Gunslinger and Commando is going to increase 20% chance of increased accuracy with those weapons, and as you put more levels to that perk, you'll get a better accuracy with it. Now the level 3 perk is the Sneaking perk. Again, I don't really know what the possible levels of the perk could be, but it could be running through a minefield, or doing less noise when you sneak around, having a better a chance of sneaking up on someone. So you get the gist of how the sneak perk might work. Level 4 is actually a old perk that we've seen in the previous Fallout games, and that is Mr. Sandman. Now, what the perk originally did in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, actually I don't know if it was in New Vegas. It might be. I mean, I don't know if it was in 3. I think it was. What it did was killing a sleeping enemy will grant you extra experience. Now, because we don't know if that's gonna be the case here, because they're gonna have more levels. So again, it could be that it could be the first level grants you 5% more experience. The second level could be 10% more experience. It seems like a lot of these perks rely a lot on percentages and stuff like that, which is fine. So again, the Mr. Sandman perk might not be just like getting more experience. It might add more side effects that we're yet to know. The level 5 perk is also an old perk, which is Action Boy or Action Girl, and what it did in previous games was it adds action points or AP points to spend on VATS. Now, of course, we know that in Fallout 4 we'll also be able to spend those points on sprinting, so maybe the Action Boy and Action Girl will actually be very useful, so you'll be able to use more action points during the VATS portion of the game, or actually running up on someone, or running, pretty much. The level 6 perk is what I'm going to be calling the quote-unquote Dodger perk, because again, this is a new perk, and what the icon suggests is it's going to be an increased chance of not being hit by bullets. Now, I was talking about the mine field, or the running through mines. Now, that might fall directly into the sneak perk that we talked about, but it can also, sneak, it could also sneak its way into level 6 Dodger perk. But that is very unlikely, since it clearly states that you are able to dodge bullets. So I think maybe like a 10% chance or 20% chance of dodging bullets will be like the level 1 of this perk. The level 7 perk is the Ninja perk, and the effects, this was actually a perk on previous Fallout games, and what the effects on those was when attacking, you gain plus 15% critical chance with melee and unarmed attacks, and sneak attacks will get a 25% increased damage. So again, this could be the case for this. It sounds reasonable. It definitely increases your sneaking chance of getting a critical hit, and we know those criticals are very important when you're sneaking. So this seems to be the perk for those who want to go completely stealth, and or maybe not even that. Maybe actually just people who want to increase their chance of getting a better hit with a melee or unarmed weapon. So who knows. The level 8 perk is the Rapid Reload, which is very simple. It just is going to increase your reload speed. Although we could see more different extra side effects. So it could simply just be 20% chance of 20% reload speed increase, 40% and 60%. But it could also, be something special, like every time you reload, you get an extra bullet, or if you land a bullet, you can get, some extra, just extra little side effects that we are unknown to yet. The level 9 perk is the very what we call the bizarre perk of the agility special attribute. What I'm going to be calling the exiting perk, because it doesn't really show us anything. It shows the vault boy running from a green sign to a red sign, and I'm going to assume that the green is like the entrance, and the red is the exit. I don't really understand what this perk is going to do. I've seen people saying that this might be some sort of like escaping perk. You can leave the combat faster, maybe. It definitely involves running, so maybe it could do something directly with that. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think. And the final perk is what I'm going to be calling the multiple targets, and this was actually showcased in the video twice, being the first thing that they showed at the video, which is when you're trying to fight the feral ghouls and you can acquire better targets. And what I'm going to be assuming it does is ability to acquire more targets and VATS, or being able to hit multiple targets and VATS, as the video said, increase damage to secondary enemies while using VATS. So again, this could be more of a, it's definitely a VATS related perk. And what I think, how I think it works is like how they showed it. You have a bunch of enemies, you aim to them, and you pick the ones with a higher percentage, and then that might maybe picking the right ones might add more action points to your bar, and making you able to hit more. Or maybe the fact that you have less AP points, it might actually decrease your chance of hitting the secondary. But because you have this perk, the higher level it is, maybe that percentage of hitting the secondary targets might be higher, and you have a better chance of killing all the enemies in front of you. But that's gonna be it for the agility special video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And again, this is all speculations. If you guys have any ideas or maybe any suggestions to what the perks actually might do, you can leave them in the comment section below, and I will definitely Sorry, I'll definitely discuss them with you. But thank you so much for your support. I've had a lot recently, and I'm trying to do these all Monday through Friday videos, and they're going pretty well. I think I can cope with that. So do not worry about me skipping a day. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like below and subscribe so you can stay tuned for more news updates or just in general videos of me making and discussion videos and all that stuff. So thank you guys for watching. My name is Robert, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy vault dwelling.